Good evening and welcome to Gaming Kin. As always, my name is Jack, aka GKRT Pinky Boy, and welcome to AOR GT Sport Super Formula Season 2. And we're back after 2 weeks off for round 5 here at the amazing Autopolis International Circuit. This track was opened in 1990 and has a 2.904 mile circuit, and that is 4.673 kilometers for our friends over in America, and it is the home to Super GT, Super Formula, MFJ, Super Bikes and Super Tycoon. For those who don't know, Super GT is what we raced in AOR GT Sport League, not the current season, which is the Porsche Cup, but the season before. Cars that use essentially the same same engines as the cars that we are racing just now, but they are more towards road-going cars. When I say the same engines, I don't mean the exact same engines, obviously similar spec engines. Super Formula is what we're watching. The MFJ Superbikes is the equivalent to the Superbike Championship, only in Japan, and Super Tycoon is was once called N1 Endurance Championship, and it is essentially Japanese WEC. For those who don't know, WEC is the World Endurance Championship. Most notably does the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And we're at Autopolis, which is one of the 3 Super Formula tracks available in GT Sport. The other 2 being Suzuka and Fuji Speedway. We've already done Fuji for the start of the season, and we are finishing off this season at Suzuka. The 3 tracks that we're missing are Okayama, Sugo Sportland and Twin Ring Motegi. This track we're at just now, however, has 19 turns, 8 to the left, 11 to the right. Expect to see moves into the blind apex at turn 1 if drivers are feeling brave enough. The hairpin at the end of sector 2, which would be turn 10, and along the start finish straight there are also opportunities at round about turn 6, and if you can get a better line through turn 1, then along that second straight through the second turn, which is just a slight kink. There is an elevation change of 50 metres, that's 160 feet for our friends who do not use the imperial system, who use metric. Across between the highest and lowest points of the circuit, the start finish straight is a slight downhill, and coming through sector 3 is uphill, with the exception of the exit of the hairpin, which is a downhill run. We have no Ronan GT Delaney tonight. Trucks B has retired, as has Adam. We're still waiting to see if Shifter and Ash arrive tonight. We shall see. But before we do anything else, while we're waiting on these guys, let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship. Ragnar Kagari is currently in first with a 179 points, followed by RGD Wraith on 125, then Bloody Knight on 108. Communist Minion coming up close behind with 99 points. Ronan GT Delaney has 85 points, as does BMTM Shifter. RGD Gazmania is just behind them on 75 points. Ash Racer has Ash Racer has 67 points. Adam Mattox Conley, 45 points, has retired. JT Kirk, 34 points, quite a wee bit far behind. He has missed a few races. And Trucks B on 19 points. Sorry about the slight delay there. I've just heard myself in my earpiece because I forgot to turn off the live stream preview and can just hear myself now. It's something I will be fixing shortly. But before we do that, team championships, RGD Racing have pretty much locked out this championship with 200 points, being the only 2-member team to make every race with both drivers. Camel Ford on 133, who are behind Team Stuart Ford, who have 152 points. I've just forgot to switch them around. Bleeding Edge Margarita, that is 108 points for them. West Mercedes Racing 99, Red Bull Mugen Honda 85, Jupiter Racing on 45, JKM Honda 34, and BAR Honda on 19 points. So we shall try and see if I can bring up YouTube to do that. That works. There we go, pause that. There we go, that is that done. So let's have a quick look at a hot lap around the circuit. Now here we come down the start finish straight. As you can see, you will get all the way up to the top gears on this car, and you'll be there for a while as we take the blind apex of T1, drift back out wide and just get as close to the kink as possible, straighten the car back out on the run to turn 3. Come round here, then you're looking at double apex of 4 and 5. Take that as one corner, then the hairpin at 6, which is really easy to get back on the power too early, light up the tyres and spin the car out. Now you're coming through this wee complex here of 6, 7 and 8 on the run up to the hairpin of turn 10, and then back down the hill to turn 11, where it is another blind apex, almost blind apex like turn 1, and then through to turn 12, and then you've got the complex here of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You want to carry as much speed as you can through there, just coming round this second to last corner long, and then just a quick flick back for the final turn, down the straight and across the line. Now let's see who's out on track. Just now we have Bloody Nine out on the track. This will be, just so you know, this will be a 26 lap race for the feature with the medium and soft tyres available, and the sprint race will be 13 laps with the soft and the super softs. Now let's watch the line Bloody takes coming through this bit here. Just, you can see that Communist Minion currently has the fastest lap of practice of a 1:28.085. Let's see how Bloody Nine does in comparison to that. Not quite there, but only 200ths off of his own best time. Everyone is currently in the pits. We have RGD Wraith, RGD Gazmania, Communist Minion, Bloody Nine and Ragnar Kagari. We should have BMTM Shifter and perhaps JT Kirk joining us soon, as Trucks and Adam have both retired from the league. So let's take an opportunity to look at the calendar while we are waiting. Quali should start in probably about 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll have a look at the calendar. So this week we are at Autopolis International Circuit. Next week we are at Santa Croix B Reverse. We raced there last season. Very nice flowing track in the forward direction. In reverse it is a much more tricky track. The track that says to be determined, I actually have a copy of the actual updated calendar. I just forgot to add it in here. Will be at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, and the week after that is our finale on the 1st of December at Suzuka. which is where Super Formula starts and finishes in real life. But there's not a lot going on out on track. Everyone is in the pits on the soft tyres just waiting for quali. I'm surprised we don't see anyone out there just getting a lay of the land for quali. So just a reminder that we should see JT Kirk and BMTM Shifter arrive soonish. We do not have Ash Racer or Ronan GT Delaney this week. Adam Mattox Conley and Truxby have both retired. There we see BMTM Shifter joining us. I should probably also take a moment to jump into the chat and say hello to Shifter as well as Ragnar Kagari. That is us now with 6 racers tonight. It's a small circuit compared to what we had at the start, but we should still see some good racing as we go along, especially from the Bloody Nine, Communist Minion and the RGD boys being quite close together. Now we see BMTM Shifter coming out on track in the Mugen Honda Red Bull, so let's keep an eye on what it's going to be like round this track. It's always good to watch. It's always good to have some action to see. Let's see how BMTM Shifter is getting on with this track. It's a nice run up to turn 6 there from the pit lane. Not a bad line through there right now. With less cars on the track, it should be easier for me to keep track of where everyone is, which is a plus side. Hopefully we can keep it like that for the race. Now let's watch him come through here. Round. Completely misses the curbing there. It's a good way to make sure you carry more speed through, because you can cut the corner, but you will get some air, and that will lose you a bit of time. Let's see how he manages turn 1 here. Nice line through turn 1. Let's have a look at RGD Wraith. You will be able to tell RGD Wraith and RGD Gazmania apart from having the names above, due to the A having the 46 on the car, and B because RGD Wraith has the Scorpion and RGD Gazmania has the 6th logo on the side of his car, which is a handy thing to note to help you get through the stuff. I've just realised I've had this up the whole time, which hasn't been handy. There we go. That's all I need. There we go. So we are still out for practice. Communist Minion still has a 128.085 as the fastest lap. We are currently sitting here at 12 minutes to 8, and we shall be hopefully starting qualifying in roughly 2 minutes. Please use this time to go get yourself a drink or some snacks should you require them, for we should be hopefully in for a good one. we see Shifter having a spin, probably taking that corner a wee bit too wide. See how that reach just stopping so we can get started as we see Bloody Nine coming out in the Margarita car. There we go. Room settings have been changed for qualifying. And that was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. What happened to Bloody Nine there? I've never seen a car smash into the pits. That was very interesting. Here we go, everyone's to make it past Sector 1, as is customary for AOR GT Sport, as we watch Communist Minion now coming out of the pits. They do not need to do a full lap, they just need to get past Sector 1 so we can start qualifying. As there used to be a glitch which occasionally still crops up where you can't seem to make it out of the pits or off the line if you're not past Sector 1 and going straight into a race for practice, or starting qualifying for practice. You will be stuck in the pits or stuck on the grid. So here we go, 10 minutes of qualifying. Let's see who goes out first. We have RGD Gazmania and Communist Minion out first. So let's see how everyone does here. We now have appears to be Bloody Nine and BMTM Shifter also coming out of the pits, as we can see, and let's see what happens with Wraith and Kagari. See when they come out, if they're just waiting to find the gap. There's RGD Wraith, he's found his gap. Communist Minion is right up behind Gazmania, which is not good if he is going faster. You see what I talk about when I say throttle application is important coming out of turn 6, with Communist Minion going a little bit sideways. That is going to lose him some time and all that, but there we see RGD Gazmania also getting a little bit sideways, and you see what I'm talking about there with the 6th logo on the sides. And here is RGD Wraith's car. You see the differences in the car with the different side pod liveries. So here we are with RGD Gazmania being followed closely by Communist Minion in qualifying, as we are about to start the first flying lap. We will sit on board with Gazmania. Communist Minion has found the gravel, but it has given him a bit of a gap to work with, although he probably wanted to stay close to Gazmania coming through this sector here, stay in the slipstream and get that little bit of boost. As we watch RGD Gazmania come down here on the OTS, you can see that light bar flashing as he comes through here. That's a nice line through there, back on the power, lift off but don't brake. Get some of that lift off oversteer coming through here. It's a nice run through Sector 1, he's going through nicely through Sector 2. Let's see how he's going. Nice line out of the hairpin as he comes down the hill into turn 11 and 12. Through this final complex here, takes that double apex right very nicely into the double apex left, and the long right hander, flick to the left, back on the straight on the OTS, across the line, 125 even, 0.594, a nice quick time. Let's see what Communist Minion can do. Can he better it? No, he can't. He's 1.3 seconds behind. Who is next across the line? It will be Bloody Nine. Goes second, 126.533. BMT Shifter is next to come up to the line, and it will be a 132 for BMTM Shifter and a 126 for RGD Wraith. So as it stands, it's currently RGD, Gazmania RGD Wraith, Bloody Nine, Communist Minion, BMTM Shifter and Ragnar Gary are... Oh, that but Ragnar Gary is yet to put in a lap. This is him starting his flying lap. Let's see how the Drivers' Champion is going to go. Well, I say Drivers' Champion, the man leading the Drivers' Championship. That's a nice line down there. It's a nice line through the double apex left there, and you can see him carefully coming back on the power. You can hear that engine going. Communist Minion now goes first with a 125.321. That's a good time there. Bloody Nine improves on his time, but it's still only good enough for thirds. It slots him in between the two RGD boys. As you see, Ragnar Gary getting a bit over there. BMTM Shifter improves in his time, but it's still not enough to move him up the rankings. You can imagine that Ragnar Gary is going first or bust right here. Let's see what you can do coming across the line. 124.987. That is pole position as it stands for Ragnar Gary. Remember, there's no fuel or tyre wear during quali, so we will be able to see how these cars react in a low fuel situation. We're trying to see who's next to come across the line, and I imagine it's going to be Bloody Nine coming across the line next. So let's see what kind of time he'll be putting in here. Coming through the penultimate corner, king to the left, that's the final turn. Blasting it down the straight, you can see the OTS is on, and he does not improve on his time. We're just trying to see who is about to come across the line. There we go, it's BMTM Shifter. Again improves, but still not enough. Communist Minion does not improve on his time. There we go, we've got RGD Wraith about to come across the line. He's coming through the last couple of corners. Cuts that massively and just goes to the pits. Gazmania, can he improve? No. Unfortunately he cannot, but he does come out behind. Well, his teammate comes out of the pits in front of him, and there is someone off track that appears to be BMTM Shifter, just binned it into T1, ditched it on the gravel as Ragnar Gary has crossed the line again and does not improve on his time. Let's see who's next. Bloody Nine, can he improve on his time yet again? That's a lot of curb taken there. Let's see what he can do. Nope. Communist Minion will be next to cross the line. He is only 3/10 behind Ragnar Gary, 2/10 ahead of RGD Gazmania. Let's see what he can do this time. Take some of the curb there, and does not improve. Here we go, RGD Gazmania has turned into RGD Lawnmower. I thought that was my thing. I am known for being the lawnmower around here, which is why I'm sitting here on commentary instead of on the track. this is one of the few tracks. There's 3 tracks this season that we are doing that I would really like to be racing instead of commentating. As you can see, BMTM Shifter's not quite too happy. Ragnar Kagari has gone even faster with a 1:24.811. But I was saying, yes, 3 tracks I'm excited for this season. I would have liked to have raced just those 3 and commentated the rest, but then you wouldn't have any commentary for the rest of the season, for 3 races of the season. That is this one, Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, and the other one was Kyoto combined. I would have also liked to have done. Who just went faster? Communist Minion has improved on his time with a 1:25.110, as we see RGD Gazmania just pushing it here, going all out for this lap. You can see him getting right up close to the apex. He's even just a little bit off the track. You see him right behind his teammate RGD Wraith, as Wraith lets his teammate pass, compromising his own qualifying. As Gazmania is going faster, let's see what Gazmania can do. 1:25.183. It brings him to within 7 hundredths of Communist Minion. And that is quali finished. We will now be ticking down the counter until either everyone has crossed the line or there is no time on the counter left. Bloody Nine has set a new time of 1:25.9, keeps him in 4th position. Let's see if RGD Gazmania can set another lap in this time. If it's only needs 700 to beat Communist Minion. Just taking the names off. Didn't realise they were still on. So here we come through the final turn. You see some people not moving, some people moving slowly. The people who are not moving have not done it. Oh, he's not set a faster time. The people here who are moving slowly, they are under the control of the AI while they have finished. People who are not moving have not had their cars taken over by the AI. And are just ticking down the clock, and then you've got RGD Wraith in the pits. Qualifying is over. There is your grid. Ragnar Kagari with a 1:24.188 has pole. Here we go for the final. Your grid. Once again, Ragnar Kagari on pole with Communist Minion alongside him, RGD Gazmania. Behind them with Bloody Nine alongside, and RGD Wraith and BMTM Shifter fill out the back row. Only 6 of them in this race. We started out with 9 at the start of this season. No, we didn't. We started out with 10 or 11. But we're down to 6. 2 of them have appeared this week, and the rest have either retired or no longer in the league. As we see, Communist Minion giving Ragnar Kagari a fight through turn 1, and that's Communist Minion now got the lead, and Ragnar Kagari's fighting with him to get it back. We see the Bloody Nine has overtaken RGD Gazmania, and here we go. This is something we'd like to see, someone else in the lead other than Ragnar Kagari for a change. He's been leading too many races, and we can see that Communist Minion is pulling out a gap to Ragnar Kagari right now. And Ragnar Kagari is also pulling out a gap to Bloody Nine. Well, he was. Someone did just go off track there. Who was it? Was it one of the RGD boys were off the track for a slight moment there, as we see RGD Wraith getting lost by them, and we seem to have had an issue with BMTM Shift and RGD Gasmania up at the back. Let's see if we can have a look. Oh, just one's come off and Shifter's come up behind. Here we go, back to the action. Communist Minion now has a second gap over Ragnar Gary. Communist Minion is going all out for the win here. He's been practicing for this all week. He's been putting in more time on track than he has for previous races apparently. He is wanting to get his first official AOR win on a stream where we can watch him win. But this is a 26 lap race and there's no guaranteeing how the strategy will go for him. And it's a long race, anything could happen. So let's have a look. We have Communist Minion and Ragnar Gary and Blood9 all up the front, all separated by about 2.3 seconds from first to third. And we have RGD Wraith right behind. He is about 3 seconds off of Communist Minion. We have BMTM Shifter ahead of Gasmania right now, defending well by the looks of it. Let's have a look at this wee back marker battle while these guys are going through here. RGD Gasmania all over the back of BMTM Shifter, all over that rear wing. Shifter will be looking in his mirrors and seeing nothing but Gasmania, nothing but that RGD car. As we see the gaps pulling out, coming down that main straight between the leading pack. RGD Gasmania is going down the inside of T1. Is he feeling brave? Yes he is, and he gets the move done. Shifter gives him perhaps maybe a little bit too much space on the exit there. Compromised himself a little, but let's see if Shifter can bring it back a little bit, as we are also keeping an eye on the sides here to see what is happening up the front, if there's any moves being made. But BMTM Shifter is now just falling behind in the dirt air of Gasmania's car, in the dirt air from that rear wing. So let's have a look back up the front. We have Communist Minion, getting a wee bit squirrely coming through there, but he has managed to hold it. Still building a gap to Ragnar Gary. Communist Minion showing off their potential here, showing off what they can do. Across the line, Communist Minion currently holds the fastest lap of a 1:28.670. I imagine that might get taken out soon by RGD Gasmania, who does have a lot of clean air in front of him to go and just take that time down. Close behind we have Ragnar Gary just following on. Building a gap to Blood9 and just slightly chipping away at that gap to Communist Minion. 22 laps to go. Let's see how much of this gap he can take away. As we come downhill through this high speed right hand turn into the complex of Sector 3. This is where drivers will lose a lot of time to each other, just through getting hit with the dirty air of the rear wing of the other cars. Please remember to, if you are watching this live, to let me know if you have any questions. Tell me in the chat. I will do my best to answer them. Should you be watching this post-race, please feel free to comment any questions, and again, I will get back to you when I can. The MTM shifter has left the room. We are now down to 5. That is unfortunate. I don't know if he disconnected or if he decided he had had enough. I am not sure. Here we go. We are now on the underdog story of RGD Gazmania, who has cut down a lot of that gap to his teammate RGD Wraith. Shall see how that goes, but yep, it's Communist Minion, followed by Ragnar Kagari, followed by Bloody Nine, and the 2 RGD boys. I was hoping for some more exciting racing here, but apparently not as much as we were hoping. But we might see a battle unfold in a couple of laps' time if Ragnar Kagari can keep cutting down this gap to Communist Minion. Getting up on the grass like that will not be helping him like he did there. Just listen to those exhausts just popping away. These cars do sound fantastic round here. Especially coming up to here on the downshift. With the pops and bangs. Remember, these cars have 639 brake horsepower. They are 660 kilos. With engines made by either Honda or Toyota. With such strict engine regs that even though the engines are made by 2 manufacturers, they have the same output in torque and horsepower. They reach the same max speed, they accelerate at roughly the same rate. As we see Ragnar Kagari pulling the trigger first on the pit stops. She'll have to see where it comes out. RGD Wraith gets past. Yes, he does. And that leaves RGD Gazmania has pulled into the pit, so I thought he was going to end up behind Gaz there. However, RGD Gazmania has pulled into the pits. I don't foresee any fuel being taken on. Nope, just some new boots. Communist Minion coming round, making some fine work of the opportunity it's been given them, pulling out a gap to Bloody Nine. Currently 4-ish just about 4.5 seconds in the leads. Just looking good coming through there. A wee bit squirrely on the exit, back on the power just a fraction of a second too early, but did manage to keep a hold of it. But it has lost them a couple of tenths to Bloody Nine, who is determined to take that gap down as low as he can in the leading edge Margarita race car there. Fantastic looking race car, one of the iconic designs in AOR GT Sport. And we see RGD Wraith and Ragnar Kagari battling out, coming through here. Ragnar Kagari pulling out early, but it doesn't matter because RGD Wraith is coming into the pits. Will he get out of the pits before his teammate gets ahead of him? Will the undercut work? The undercut will not work. They will be battling as they exit pit lane. This could get fun. These two guys battling away. As we also see on the minimap, there is a small battle between Ragnar Kagari and Communist Minion. Communist Minion is now down in third, guys. How did that happen? Not quite sure, he must have had an incident or something. As we were having some issues with our replay cameras. But that has allowed Bloody Nine to be in the lead. Communist Minion still holds the fastest lap with a 1:28.670. Bloody Nine comes into the pits. Ragnar Kagari 1:27.561. New fastest lap. That's a bonus point for Ragnar Kagari right there. I don't remember Communist Minion having pitted yet though, so we shall see if he's going for the longer run, saving a bit more fuel, trying to get that undercut later on in the race. Let's have a look back at RGD Wraith and RGD Gasmania. RGD Wraith is pulling out a gap, and RGD Wraith Gasmania is chipping away at it back and forth, as they both appear to be catching up. No, they're not. Well, you'll have to wait and see on another piece of track, because that is just bouncing back and forwards, whether they are catching Bloody Nine or not. Bloody Nine now 7 seconds behind Communist Minion. Communist Minion, who was doing very well in first. I imagine it's just because he's not pitted, his tyre wear is getting to him. It was understeer, that definitely looks like a tyre wear issue. Let's see if he pops into the pits here for some new boots. No, he doesn't, he continues on. I do not remember seeing him pitting, so I'm surprised to see him not be in the pits. We are 10 laps down of this 26 lap race. That means 16 laps to go. As we see Ragnar Kagari being followed closely by Communist Minion. Communist Minion, despite having so much tyre wear that he's understeering off the track at points, doing well to keep up with Ragnar Kagari here. And whoa, what happened to Communist Minion there? I have no idea what happened to Communist Minion there. He just seemed to have a total brake failure and into the wall. But this being GT Sport, he got respawned back on the track, as there is no race ending damage as there would be in Formula 1, which at times can be a bit of a downside, but at times can be a good thing. I mean, if you've just got some troll who's trying to just punt you off the circuit all the time, it's a good thing. But when you make a mistake like that and don't get as severely punished for it, not so much. It's either that or it was definitely a lag issue. As we see Ragnar Kagari just pulling out a lead here. And then we see Communist Minion chipping away at it. Let's see what's happening with bloody Wraith and Gaz. Wraith is just in a wee world of his own, as are bloody and Gaz. All the fighting is right up the front right now. Normally when we have a few more people we see fighting throughout the fields. Thinking back to the days of Kyoto, that was a fantastic performance from all the drivers, fantastic racing, respect and everything to all of them. Hopefully something we shall see at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in 2 weeks' time. We should hopefully see next week at Santa Croix. As Ragnar Kagari comes across the line, now with a 2.3 second lead, 2.4. He has very much left Communist Minion behind in his dust. But can Communist Minion do anything about this? He still hasn't pitted yet, as far as I'm aware, and we are 12 laps out of 26. Oh, my apologies. Apparently just needed to yawn there. RGD Gazmania is in the pits again, and he's out on the medium tyres with some more fuel, I would imagine. As we watch Communist Minion trying to chase down Ragnar Kagari. Bloody 9 is 7 seconds behind Communist Minion, 7 seconds ahead of RGD Wraith, is the loneliest man on this track at the moment. Although RGD Wraith does have someone 27 seconds behind him, the loneliest man is actually probably RGD Gazmania right now, as he can't even see anybody. We see RGD Gazmania coming down using the number 4 car, same number as Lando Norris in Formula 1. Just thought I'd share that one with you there, as no one else on this track seems to currently be using another number of a driver in a Formula 1, although RGD Wraith is using the Valentino Rossi number of 46, which is MotoGP, I think, or WSB. Let's have a look at Ragnar Kagari versus Communist Minion. Have another wee look at this battle, see if anything's going. They are pretty much just holding each other at about 1.5 seconds, give or take a 10. But Communist Minion will have to pit soon. Those tyres must be dead. As Ragnar Kagari comes into pit, as does Communist Minion. Yeah, as you can see, Communist Minion did not pit, which does mean Ragnar Kagari will get out before Communist Minion. On the soft tyres, taking no fuel. Bloody 9 now in the lead thanks to that pit stop. And Communist Minion comes back out in 4th position. RGD Wraith 8 seconds behind Ragnar Kagari. And now Ragnar Kagari closing up on bloody 9. You can see that that gap ticking down. 9 tenths, 8 tenths. Where will Ragnar Kagari decide to make the move? Should he get the opportunity? You see bloody 9 moving to break the toe. has done Bloody Nine no favours at all. Here we go. Round the penultimate corner. Flick back to the left. And the run down into this, not even needing the slipstream, using the OTS and the full power of that 639 brake horsepower engine. Gets ahead. Bloody Nine tries to slip one through up the inside. Let's see what if Bloody tries anything coming down here. Bloody Nine now falling behind due to the difference in tyre wear, I would imagine, as Bloody Nine hasn't pitted for many laps. Let's see if Ragnar Gary is going to go faster than his previous best time. He has one sector to go, we'll find out. That's a nice looking line through that complex there. Flick back out, back in, flick it to the sides, through the double apex. Nicely done, straighten the car out through these two left-handers. Long right-hander here. And down the start finish straight, OTS is on. And does go faster, 126.472. New fastest lap, that's still an extra point. 10 laps to go. Can someone else beat it? Everyone is fairly spread out here. We've Communist Minion about 8 seconds behind Bloody Nine. I didn't see Communist Minion having an issue anywhere. I didn't see him spinning off or anything, but he may have done. Or if part of that was also down to Bloody being dragged along in the slipstream of Ragnar Gary. Everyone is fairly spread out. So we should see some people maybe taking a chance on an extra pit stop. Maybe once we're a couple of laps closer to the end. Low fuel run, softest tyres available, which is the soft tyre, and going for the fastest lap of the race for that extra point. Most likely candidates to do that would be the RGD boys, who are down in 4th and 5th. Still, you get a decent haul of points for 4th and 5th, which means that is a good addition to their team championship total. As we see Communist Minion just blasting down this straight through T1. Missed the apex a bit, depending on how you want to set up the exit is how you do it. Hitting the apex spot on there, just grazing the apex there, on the apex there. Yep, just nicely done through that. As we come through here, and then back to the right again, taking a wee bit of the curb, getting as far over to the right hand side as you can before turning in left, and nicely done. Sector 2, back down nicely, nice line taking there, lift off a little bit coming through here rather than braking, carry the speed through the double apex right hander here, flick it to the left, left again, almost like a double apex left hand with that one. Long right hand turn. Flick it back to the left. Cross the line and He does pass Bloody, who is currently in the pits, but does not set a new fastest lap. Ragnar Gary is now 14 seconds ahead. However, with that one less pit stop, Communist Minion could theoretically go to the end without having to pit again. Ragnar Gary may be worrying about his tyre wear or his fuel usage and may require another pit stop. We shall see, as Ragnar Gary just out ahead. Just miles ahead. As we look at RGD Gasmania, who is down in last position at the moment. 18 seconds behind his teammate, 47.7 seconds behind the leader. It's a long way to be back. Still 8 laps to go. Someone can still mess it up and give him the chance to get back in. Although I imagine he may actually just be using up the fuel, saving the tyres, going for the fastest lap. I could see his teammate RGD Wraith doing the same. However, RGD Wraith is catching Bloody 9 down through sector 3 here. So we shall need to see what happens there. Keep an eye on this. A lot of how fast these guys will be going near the end depends on how much OTS they have left in the overtake system. Adds an extra 5 kilograms of fuel per second, I think it is. No, per hour. No, a minute. Anyway, it increases your fuel flow to give you that extra burst of power so you can overtake, defend, or get that extra boost you need for a faster time if you're looking for fastest lap in, say, qualifying. So you see these guys coming around the corner there. Nicely round. Bloody 9 is pulling that gap out right now, as he actually appears to be, yes he is closing down Communist Minion right now. Could we see a battle in about 7 laps time at the end, or even 6 laps time as Communist Minion crosses the line? That is us now, lap 20 of 26. 6 laps to go, including this one. Ragnar Gary is in first with a 17-second lead, followed by Communist Minion, Bloody 9, RGD Wraith, and then RGD Gasmania. So let's keep an eye on Communist Minion. Let's see if Bloody 9 catches up on him there. This is most likely one to be the battle to watch. Communist Minion, not much of his OTS left. But at this point you've got to believe it is a surefire podium finish for Communist Minion. And Bloody 9 a lot more OTS left. Will likely use that to attack in the closing stages of this race. Let's see, and Ragnar Gary does indeed pit again. He will need fuel. That will give Communist Minion a chance to catch up. Where's Communist Minion? Communist Minion coming around the final corner. Ragnar Gary just exiting the pits now. The speed difference from exiting the pit should give Communist Minion a chance to close that gap down, and he has. He has closed it down to 2 seconds. But he has gone off the track, lost a couple of tenths there. This could suddenly start getting interesting. That pit stop from Ragnar Gary has kept everybody else in it. As you see, Communist Minion getting a little bit out of shape, getting back onto power 2 too early. Losing the time to Ragnar Kagari, and Bloody Nine is closing in on him. Let us see how we go down here. Bloody Nine tucks right into the slipstream. Let's see if he tries to make a pass anywhere. Goes down the inside. Communist Minion lifted the gap on the inside, thinking that he would do something foolish like a late break, go wide and spit himself off the track, but didn't. These guys are bumper to tail right now. This is the most excitement we've had for a while in this race. Let's see what happens. Well, we see some OCS usage here with 4 laps to go. Bloody Nine is not quite far on. Oh, Communist Minion has spun the car and collected Bloody Nine, but Bloody Nine did manage to survive that. That has allowed Ragnar Kagari to get 8 seconds ahead of that battle. Because as you're battling another driver, you are going a bit slower. As you're braking later, braking earlier, you're not going at the optimal speed through every corner because you've got to keep an eye out where the other driver also is. So let's see, Ragnar Kagari still pulling out that gap. That gap has now gotten to 10 seconds. It was 2 seconds beforehand. Communist Minion falling behind now. I imagine Ragnar Kagari's pit stop was completely intended to help him get a fastest lap near the end of this race, guarantee that extra point. Since at this point probably no one else is going to pit for the chance to go for fastest lap. I would not imagine. And does he get it? Yes, he does. A 1:26.190 is your current fastest lap of this race. I can tell the Bloody Nine will not be getting a fastest lap this lap round, nor will Communist Minion. With 3 laps to go, they still have the chance. Communist Minion is in fact pitting, new tyres and away, I imagine. He's got plenty of fuel left to get to the end of this race. Yes, he does. And he's away, fastest lap, out lap, and 2 shots at it. That has also given RGD Wraith a little bit of a chance to catch up. The RGD Wraith also deciding, let's go for this fastest lap right here. What about Gazmania? Will Gazmania also decide pitting is the option? No, he won't. But he does appear to be warming up the tyres a little bit on the straight there. As, let's see, we've got Ragnar Kagari coming round through the double apex left-hander here. Let's see where we go in the way of lap time. Does not go faster, but that's fine, because he does currently hold the lap, so he does not need to go faster. Interesting fact, the Camel Ford, the Benetton even, did have Autopolis sponsorship in Formula 1 when they used this livery, and it's within that blue bar on the crash structure at the front. You can see that blue bar there, that does say Autopolis in it, and that is a replica of the Formula 1 car livery of the time. Communist Minion has completed his out lap and is now going for fastest lap. RGD Wraith just finishing up his out lap. Gazmania has gone into the gravel. See what happens here. Just getting a wee bit wide. couple of spins. That was definitely unfortunate. RGD Gasmania into the pits. He is going one flying lap and oh no, he'll have one flying lap and 2 shots at it. This is lap 24, he's going to do 25 and 26. But he has also been lapped by Ragnar Kagari. And is also at risk of getting lapped by Bloody Nine. It's unusual to see RGD Gasmania being lapped, to be fair. Bloody Nine in quite a lonely place right now. You'll see the blue flags coming out shortly around RGD Gasmania's position. RGD Wraith finally beats Ragnar Kagari's fastest lap by only a couple of hundreds, if I remember correctly, but that is a 126.088. And I like the fact it ends in 8-8, I must admit. Let's see where Communist Marine is. He might have the chance to go better here, but let's see actually what Ragnar Kagari can do. Can he go faster? No, he can't. He's next across line. RGD Gasmania doing an outlap on the new tyres, so he will not have the opportunity to beat that time, but it's the final lap. 26 for everyone except from RGD Gasmania, who is only going to be doing 25 laps. Due to being lapped while in the pits. Communist Minion does not go faster, is on their final lap. Everyone is fairly spread out, which means all I can really do is watch who's coming through the final sector and see if they get the fastest lap at this point. And RGD Wraith holds the fastest lap but does not go any faster. Ragnar Kagari really pushing it to the edges. The man on the edge of the grip right now. Let's watch him come across the line. Does not go faster, but does finish first. More importantly, we have RGD Gasmania come across the line. Now it's Bloody Nine. Crosses the line. Communist Minion. And RGD Wraith coming through the final sector, the last man to cross the line, the last man on the lead lap. 50 seconds on the race timer. I imagine he's just chilling coming round here. By the looks of it, he's not pushing that car. He knows he has the fastest lap, doesn't need to push it, and across the line, and a nice wee spin. That 6th position does go to BM Team Shifter, who will get a DNF for quitting mid-race. Congratulations to Ragnar Kagari, Bloody Nine, and Communist Minion on their podiums. Commiserations to Wraith and Gaz Boys RGD, who finished 4th and 5th. congratulations to RGD Race on his fastest lap, and please go and have yourself a little break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for the sprint race. Have fun, stay safe out there, and keep an eye out for when we're back. welcome back. We have had a short break. We have had a little bit of a chat in the text chat with some of the drivers. That was a bit of a quiet race, like after the start up to the end. But yeah, I think the battle for the fastest lap at the end was quite intense. I mean, it's only one extra point, but all those extra points add up over the course of a season, as the fastest lap is awarded for the fastest lap in both the sprint and feature races, which makes up for a total of 16 extra points over the course of a season, which can make the difference in some seasons, the difference between first and last. Let us get ourselves back out on the track as we are watching RGT Gazmania. Coming back out onto track, we have Gazmania, Communist Minion, Ragnar Gagari and Bloody Nine on track right now. We're just waiting on RGD Wraith. You can see in the chat, these guys just having a wee laugh with each other. A lot of respect between the drivers here at AOR. We may not always get along on the track or off the track. However, there is a lot of respect between us. As we really do enjoy racing together a lot. So some minor bits of housekeeping. There are 2 races left of AOR GT Sport League on a Thursday, and after those 2 weeks we will be starting our Christmas Cup, 4 weeks of racing, where we will be announcing that shortly. The final has started reverse grid, so RGD Gazmania, who finished last, will be starting pole position. Ragnar Gagari, who finished first, will be starting at the back. No BMTM shifter as he has left the room. Otherwise he would probably be starting on pole. But let's see what happens here. Softer compounds for this one, so instead of the medium and the softs, it's the softs and the super softs. Super softs more grippy than the softs, but have less tyre life as we turn the names off. So 13 laps, half distance sprint race, reverse grids, and away we go for the sprint race here at Autopolis. Rolling start means everyone gets a equally decent start. There's no wheel spin off the line or anything because they're already moving. And we see everyone all bunched up nice and close together. This is what we were hoping to see a lot of. Let's see if everyone can keep together, as we see Ragnar Gagari falling a wee bit behind, looking for the opportunity to take his chance. Let's jump onto RGD Wraith, so we can keep an eye on everyone around him. As we see RGD Gazmania just pulling a wee bit ahead, and Communist Minion came off the track. Did he collect Bloody again as he did in the last race? No, he didn't. We're fine there as Bloody 9 goes down the inside, gets the traction down a bit earlier. Can he get into the lead? Yes, he can. Communist Minion gets back ahead. This is a nice battle between these two as Ragnar Gagari slips in behind this battle. This is the kind of action we like to see here at AOR. A lot more exciting than everyone being spread out in a different sector. You don't need a lot of cars to have an exciting race. You just need all the drivers to be nice and close together. As we see the RGD boys just pulling out a gap in front. RGD Gazmania goes fast as 133.908. As we see Bloody Nine once again passing Communist Minion. Will Communist Minion get past in the next corner in the slipstream? No, he won't. You can see him struggling with the dirty air there, being right behind Bloody Nine. Ragnar Kagari just chilling out at the back there, just waiting for his opportunity. Let's see the gap between these two guys. There's quite a big gap between RGD Wraith and RGD Gasmania. You see Bloody Nine, Communist Minion and Ragnar Kagari just behind. Let's see if Ragnar Kagari can get past Communist Minion here, or Communist Minion will actually get past Bloody Nine. Bloody Nine has used up a lot of his OTS in only 2 laps. That may be a strategic mistake for Bloody Nine. I've just noticed that red bar above his air intake. Communist Minion using the OTS to catch back up to Bloody Nine, get into the slipstream. Ragnar Kagari being pulled along in that slipstream. In that slipstream you can lift off to save a little bit of fuel, but you shouldn't really need to refuel in the sprint race unless you are just going flat out the whole way through. Let's have a look, see where Ragnar Kagari could get past, or if Communist Minion can catch back up. Got Ragnar Kagari chipping away at that gap between himself and Communist Minion. Communist Minion teasing with a little bit of space there. Communist Minion taking the inside line. Ragnar Kagari does get past, but with Communist Minion on the inside line, has to take the long way around. However, Ragnar Kagari does get past and does make the move stick. And that has slowed these two guys down and made a bit more of a gap between themselves and Bloody Nine. Although Ragnar Kagari is chipping away at that gap as we speak. A lot closer race this time. We are on lap 3 of 13 when we cross the line. We will be on lap 4 with 9 laps to go. Let's have a look, see in the slipstream, will he be close enough to make a move into T1? No, he will not. But he will be able to step himself up for a move through up to the hairpin, I would presume, at turn 10. Let's see what Bloody Nine can do here. Can he chip away at this gap to RGD Wraith? He is chipping away at that gap to RGD Wraith. RGD Wraith being the good teammate here and letting his teammate RGD Gasmania get a bit of a gap out here. However, that means he will need to defend from 3 other drivers at some point, especially if he just backs them all up into each other. He'll have to do it all through, defend from all 3 of them at the same time. RGD Gasmania now with a 2-second lead, essentially. And Bloody Nine just closing that gap down slowly. Actually, through this sector, RGD Wraith was opening that gap, but it's now been closed down by Bloody Nine. Bloody Nine in the slipstream, just closing up on RGD Wraith. Let's have a look at Ragnar Kagari closing up on Bloody Nine. Communist Minion starting to fall a bit behind, but when these two start fighting, it will give him a chance to close that gap. You see RGD Wraith starting to get caught up in this battle as well. These three cars just going at it here. Just trying to get past each other, trying to find the way around. This is also allowing Communist Minion to close the gap on Ragnar Kagari. See these four cars all together. It can either lead in glory or disaster for someone. Two of them are pitting straight out here. Bloody Nine and RGD Wraith to the pits for another set of soft tyres, perhaps. Now they may go for the super softs. No, they are staying on soft tyres. They are pitting for tyres only. With 7 laps to go. This won't pay off if no one else pits, but can't manage to keep the pace that they had. But this has released Ragnar Kagari to try and catch RGD Gazmania as well as Communist Minion. So let's see if these guys can do that, as we see Ragnar Kagari chipping away at that gap to RGD Gazmania, as is Communist Minion. However, with the fresher tyres, I imagine RGD Wraith and Bloody Nine will be able to catch up through the corners, where that extra grip will come in really, really handy. As Gazmania comes in to pits, as does Communist Minion by the looks of it. Yes, he does. Which has left Ragnar Kagari out all by himself. In the lead, 8 seconds in the lead. However, we shall see if he does pit, if that will lead to the undercut. As we look back, we see everyone all quite close together. About a second between everyone. That gap will surely close when the guys who pitted later will catch up a bit with their 1 lap fresher tyres. Fastest lap, a 1:29.401 held by RGD Gazmania. Just have to keep an eye on it, see if anyone comes close to beating that, as we've just seen Bloody Nine just getting a wee bit wide there, kicking up some dust, which has allowed RGD Wraith to open that gap a little bit. As we now see Ragnar Kagari coming around the final corner on our mini-map. Let's see, Ragnar Kagari does not go faster than RGD Gazmania's time. However, RGD Wraith does with a 1:28.649. I could have sworn I just seen blue flags there for some reason. RGD Gazmania and Communist Minion can now enter the battle for the fastest lap, as they've completed their out lap. But more important is the battle for position, more points for finishing higher than there is for finishing lower. But that 1 point for a fastest lap will be handy. 5 laps to go, and Communist Minion has used up most of his OTS. Gazmania has used it all, as has RGD Wraith, and Bloody Nine has used up a lot of his. How is Ragnar Kagari looking for his OTS system? He appears to not have any left, judging by the glimpse I caught of it there. No, he's still in the green, which is good. Gives him a chance to fight for that fastest laps later on in the race. As he stays out, we're on lap 9 of 13 as the leader has crossed the line. Communist Minion now goes fastest, 1:28.637. Good lap time from Communist Minion there. With 4 laps to go, the pack is closing down on Ragnar Kagari. The newer tyres are helping out with that one. Now we see Bloody Nine trying to catch our GD Wraith and try and make a gap between himself and Communist Minion, as Communist Minion does eventually get past RGD Gazmania, who is off the track. Let's see what happened there. Was there contact? There was contact. There was contact. That could come back to bite Communist Minion, as he did get past after making contact and did not relinquish the position. Just depends on if it will make a difference. It depends on the extent of the penalty given and the gap between the two racers. Possible penalties would be a grid drop for the next race, a time penalty for this race, a quali ban, and with his incident with Bloody Nine in the feature race, that could also affect the penalty he may or may not be given. It just depends on if Gazmania decides to report him to the stewards, and if he is reported to the stewards, what action the stewards decide to take. And RGD Gazmania has retired from this race after that and left the room. As we see Bloody Nine trying to defend time from Communist Minion and catch RGD Wraith. This guy's nice and close. There's only about a second between second and fourth. Less than that now, as they are also closing in on Ragnar Kagari, who is on much older tyres. We are about to start lap 11 of 13. As we come through the final turn, the only person with OTS left at the moment, it does seem to be Bloody Nine, but in the slipstream he shouldn't need to use it. Just trying to go around the outside at turn 1, that will not work. The inside is the optimal line. And it is giving Communist Minion a chance to catch up to Bloody Nine. But having to back out of a pass is cost Communist Minion some time, as there did seem to be a wee bit of contact between Bloody Nine and Communist Minion there. We have to see. It wasn't any major contact, so therefore that's much. Let's keep an eye on Communist Minion, who is closing down that gap on Bloody Nine. Seems to be carrying a wee bit more speed through some of these corners, but that is some good defending from Bloody Nine, placing the car exactly where he needs it to stay ahead. As we see Ragnar Kagari is just about to cross the line onto the penultimate lap. There we go. 2 laps to go, lap 12 of 13. Let's see if we get any action from these 3 here. These 3 have stayed quite close together outside of the pit stop phases. Communist Minion's undercut did not work. Or overcut even, going a lap longer. Let's just see Bloody versus RGD Wraith here coming up. They have closed down that gap a long way to Ragnar Gary, who has so far no stopped this race, and I imagine he will go on to finish the race on a no stop, because the pit now would just be silly, as these 3 just in almost like fighter jets in formation, coming through turn 11. This is us up to turn 17. And you just see RGD Wraith defending from Bloody 9. See how he defends on this straight. Where's Mega thinking he's going to go? Communist Minion just pushing Bloody 9 off the track on the final lap. That has cost Bloody 9 the podium. I would not be surprised to see that one also go to the stewards. It's been a bit of a clumsy race from Communist Minion by the looks of it. But let's see if Bloody 9 can get back past Communist Minion. That gap is coming down, going round the outside, trying to cut back, but now is now on the outside for the next turn. Let's see what Communist Minion does against RGD Wraith here. Bit of wheel banging there, but Wraith manages to hold the position. See if Bloody can do anything in the coming bits. A wee bit of a punt for Bloody 9 there, possibly retribution. Wee bit of wheel banging. Ragnar Gary finishes first. RGD Wraith second, Communist Minion third, Bloody 9 fifth, and RGD Gazmania non-finisher. Congratulations to all the racers there. That was a better race than the feature. It was unfortunate for Gazmania to leave the room there though. Anyway, that has been us here at Autopolis. Just a quick reminder of the calendar, where next week we are at Santa Croix B, and we will be hopefully seeing some more action. We will have more racers back next week. Hopefully we will have a good race there. Hopefully we will see you guys there. Hopefully we will see you all soon. And remember, there's always room for you here at Gamingkin if you would like to be our friend. And as always, stay safe out there.